Hello, good afternoon, guys. So, today we are going to talk about one chapter which is known as bind shell. Okay, so let's say that you have a walkie talkie set into channels. Okay, so that is channel A and channel B. Okay, so let me give you this in an example. Okay, so you have two channels, that is a channel A and channel B. Okay, so a bind shell is like setting your walkie-talkie on channel A, okay, and then broadcasting on that channel. That means that anyone with another walkie-talkie tuned to channel A can then connect and talk to you and giving them control over your walkie-talkie, right? So that's the concept of the bind shell. Okay, so now what we're going to do, that we're going to do the practical lab. Okay, so here for the practical lab, what we can do, that the type A, the IP address is already given. Okay, so before you get started, you will need to obtain the IP address of the target system. So within the lab environment, in here that IP address is already given. Okay, now what you need to do, that you need to transfer the netcat executable to the Windows system. Okay, so we have two system here, that is attacker machine and this is the target machines. Okay, so what you need to do, that we need to transfer the netcat executable to the Windows system. Okay, so how are you going to do that? Okay, so at first okay, let me take this one here. So what you have to do, that at first you need to, order to set up a bind shell of the netcat, you need to create the netcat.exe executable to the target system, which is running on Windows, right? Okay, so in here what you need to do, that we need to go to the directories. Okay, user share Windows and then binaries. Okay, if we go there, if you want to see, then you can see that. Okay, so there is a netcat.exe. Okay, so what you have to do, that we have to transfer this one from this Linux machine to the target machine. Okay, so how are you going to do that? So we need to create a Python web server. We need to set up an HTTP server with the Python, and then within this directory, let's go for it. So type Python m, that simple HTTP server, and then you need to give the port ID, which is port number, which is 80. Okay, so now you will now need to identify the IP address of your Kali Linux system. This can be done by running the ifconfig. Okay, so what we can do, that we can type ifconfig here, and so here you can see this one. Okay, so this is our Kali Linux IP address. Okay, so now we need to navigate to the target system running Windows by clicking on the target machines. Okay, let's close this one, and then go to cmd, open the command prompt. Okay, I hope you can see the font. Let me see the window over here. Okay, so let's type set util url cache, then f, then http. Now you need to paste the Kali Linux IP address. Okay, unfortunately we didn't paste that one. So let me do that one for you. So the IP address for the Kali Linux is this one. Let's copy and paste it over here. Okay. And then what we can do that we need to copy the netcat.exe and so when you'll see this one, that online set utility dash URL cache command completed successfully, that means that netcat.exe is already been downloaded. So now let's type this command netcat.exe. Okay. Now I need to set up the listener port, right? So now what we are going to do that in this case, we will be connecting to a bind shell listener on the Windows system. So as a result, we will need to set up a netcat listener on the Windows system and configure it to execute cmd.exe. Okay, so that is the command. And then there is that cmd.exe. Okay, so this means that whenever the client connect to this particular listener, then cmd.exe will be executed and the target of the attacker system will be provided with a command shell session, right? Okay, so now what to do, you can press enter. So now it's showing that listening on any 1 2 3 4, right? Okay, so now let's go to the attacker machine. So now what we're going to type, that we're going to type this one and targeted IP address. This is our targeted IP address. We need to paste this one and over here, and the listener ports that we have said, that is a 1 2 3 4. Okay, so now you can see that we've got connected. Okay, you can see the Windows version, Microsoft Windows version, this one. So this process can also be reversed. Okay, so now what you can do that, you can, if you want, and then we can check. So let's say that type who am I is telling you that, and the administrator. Okay, and let's go to the directory. Okay, so let's go to the download folder. Okay, see, so we have obtained the remote access to the target system via a bind shell. Okay, so now let's say that this process can be reversed as well, right? I mean, say if you wanted to obtain a bind shell on the Kali Linux system, okay, so if you want to obtain a bind shell on this Kali Linux system, okay, from the Windows system, you can also do that one as well. Okay, so this is the same process what we did in that Kali Linux to bind shell the target machine, so we can do the same process on the Windows as well. Okay, So that's how we do the bind shell, and that's how we actually do the remote access to the target system via a bind shell. Okay.